They did the same thing to my people. So they put millions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail and he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he? Why should the white man pay for what he did? That's right. You see just how it feels. Payback is a goal. I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. This obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The way that the devil is known, America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hate is figuring me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me, maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The effect of them years is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap, cracking the sky. Nuclear missiles are making it official, I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, they go in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the Buddha show, we can all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. See just how it feels. Payback is a goal. Payback is a goal. Look at no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the words. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be 10-5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback, come back around like a carousel. Still remember your hardest words, ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you feel the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, black press to the dang, I got that barbell. Payback, subvention and stress. She a bomb changes, it served cold. I just hope they make an oxtail. Lock fresh out the box, I swear got that new cop smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design foul for our babies and pants doing the damn my king's reign out the overzealous. They want my jealous, I want brand new pair of colors. See just how it feels. Payback is a goal. Payback is a goal.
And Most High in Christ, man, for that Captain God, Lucky Israel. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up, man. Get this class going, man. Most High in Christ, Lucky Israel. Give me 1 second. Salaki Israel. Most High in Christ, come up against this class, man. Hey, man, Most High in Christ, man. I'm preaching officer Uraga Board, holding it down for the Northern California. You know what I mean? ISUPK Israelite class, man. This is the brotherhood class, man. I like to start the class off with saying, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah to the brothers, and Yahweh Shemua Adatah by Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters, man. This is the Tuesday night brotherhood class, man. And with everything that's going on in the world today, it's only proper and fitting for a priest like myself to go into the meaning of a wife. To go into the you know what I mean? That's so vital in today's society. It's not for everybody. It's not for the oppressors. And this is just only for Black, Hispanics, and Natives, man. And the reason why, my motivation behind going into what a wife was tonight is seeing Keke Palmer, which is a topic that's just trending through Israel for whatever dang reason it's trending for. And a lot of people are saying, well, she had a boy, he's her boyfriend. They got a kid together, but he didn't put a ring on it. And you know me, man, I like to bring out songs that, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. The sisters love that. But I just want to let them sisters know that putting a ring on it don't make you a wife, sis. You know what I mean? When you got them legs open and you give that great sensation, that portal to life and death to this brother, that's what make you his wife. All right? Because a brother can put a ring on your finger and dog you the heck out. You know what I mean? A brother could put a ring on your finger and not teach you how to be a woman. And a lot of women say, well, a man can't teach me nothing, man. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. A man can teach you a lot. And I'm not just going to get on the women, because a lot of the fault in Israel is man. All right? A lot of you sticky dick, a lot of you brothers out there that just want to stick your rod in any foundation, any soil that you can find, you're destroying our sisters. A lot of y'all brothers out there in DMs trying to DM sisters behind, you know they got a man, or you know that the sister is committed to something, and you're DMing her trying to get her attention. You know what I mean? You brothers are the cause of what Keke Palmer is going through tonight. You know what I mean? Because if you brothers weren't so low down and dirty, our sisters would have more respect for themselves. You know what I mean? Women are looking for guidance. Unfortunately, that's why you have women who strips, who show their body, who twerk. They're looking for attention. Women love attention from a man. That's why when you have a rib or you have a wife, she wants your time. Time is attention. And unfortunately, you dudes out here in the world are destroying our sisters by giving them attention in a wrong matter. Am I saying that right? You're providing them. You're setting the bar. All right. Man in this world, we set the bar on what our women, how our women get the attention. Perceive it as, right? Most High in Christ, the water. So how they perceive it as. So if you say you like a woman with tight shorts on and long nails and long hair, you're going to have every sister out here thinking that that's what all the men want. That's what's beautiful. And I'm here to say, sister, that's not what's beautiful. What's beautiful is your natural appearance. What's beautiful is your respect for yourself and your dignity that you have for yourself. And here in the ISUPK, we take pleasure into raising sisters and showing sisters the proper way they should conduct themselves, because we know that will bring out the best in them sisters. I'm willing to bet any dollars that I have in my pocket that the sisters in the UPK are more righteous than any woman you can bring out in the world, whether it be a woman of hip hop, of politician status, of government status, of acting status, of musical status. I'll put a woman in the UPK up against them anytime, man. because these women here in the truth exhibit righteousness. They exhibit something that your mother never showed you. And that's why, and that's what the Lord is pleased with. That's what the Lord wants. All right. So my first scripture tonight is going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Let me give y'all some time to get to that. And again, man, shout out to the sisters in the UPK. Shout out to the sisters who respect themselves and have dignity for themselves. Not the sisters who think it's all about building a woman up. You can build yourself up, but there's certain proper ways that you do it. You know what I mean? And just a sidebar before we get into that scripture that I wanted to pull. I went out to eat tonight with my rib, and we seen on the wall a certificate for prostitution. What year was that?
1860 or 87 or something like that.
In the 1800s, prostitutes was going to get certificates to be prostitutes, and the government was funding them. Where was blacks, Hispanics, and natives at in 1800? I just want to know if anybody out there can, if you're tapping in on any platform, please answer this question. What was black people, what was our position in the 1800s? Were we able to go to the government and get a certificate was women able to do that? I just want to know. Because in the 1800s, I'm going to give you a little bit more game. In the 1800s, you couldn't even get a certificate to be married according to the world. You couldn't even vote in the 1800s. You couldn't own land in the 1800s. So who was the people what was the race that they allowed to get certificates to be prostitutes in the 1800s? You got it, sis? Go ahead. You want to answer it? Go ahead, sis.
The oppressors.
The oppressors, damn right. The oppressors was the ones who got the certificates to be prostitutes in the 1800s. So now again, let's bring it back to the forefront. Where do the black women get this type of stuff from?
The oppressors.
The oppressors, damn right. That's what they're right. Cut that up. That's what they like. They like that. They always hoard their women out. Israel, we always had a respect for our women. We always wanted our women to be better. That's why segregation, it was so much of a destructive tool to our people. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, the oppressors, especially the women, they always despise Black women, Latino women, Native American women, because naturally how we are built.
Right.
And they didn't like that.
Right.
Because we have something they cannot naturally have.
Right.
So back in the day, of course, they took pride in, demising us and bringing down our character and, just making us feel like we were nothing, when the whole time we're actually something that everybody wished they were.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Let's talk that up. And it's not just that, right? Because they wanted to take away from you who you were, and they wanted to give to you, blow my mind. They wanted to take who you were from you. They wanted that for themselves, just like they did our scrolls. How they took that and made it into a religion when it was just a way of life for us, right?
Right.
They wanted to take our God. They wanted to take His image. They wanted to take our commandments that was given to us for themselves, to use it for themselves. They wanted to take the modestness of a Black woman, Hispanic woman, a Native woman, of an Israel woman, and take it for themselves. And what did they want to give you? Go ahead.
They didn't necessarily, sir, if I may, they didn't necessarily want to give us anything.
Mm-hmm.
They, to me personally, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they seen Black men someone dominant,
Mm-hmm.
someone strong, and they wanted to destroy our Black women so they could take our Black men and create something in their mind that they felt was strong,
Mm-hmm.
when any blood of an oppressor is not going to be strong just naturally because it's of a weak-minded individual.
Right, right. What they wanted to take from a black woman is structure. Just think back. If any of you out there that were blessed to have your great grandma, your great grandma, not your great because that's two more generations above your great grandma. But even if you were able to have your great grandma stood for something. And then if you think about how she stood on it and go a little bit further than that, the next your grandma, she stood for something. You weren't seeing them coming out the house in pajamas and bonnets. You wasn't seeing them coming out presenting themselves as harlots, right? And what they took from us was structure, and they gave us their way of life. It was this saying that goes around that was saying that the black man went into Europe to try to give the people life in Europe. You know, the Dark Ages was popping, and he tried to present something greater that they never had. And he came to them trying to tell them the way of life, right? And what happened was he seen a white man on the side. This is sayings, but he seen a white man on the side of the road with a Bible, squatted down reading the Bible, and he came up on his horse. He was a king. He had riches. He had it all. And then the white man gave him the Bible, and in return, once he read the Bible and was looking at the Bible, the white man flipped the script on him, and now he was on the horse with all the riches, and he was just down here with the Bible. And that's the saying that I heard from just in the world, how they would take something from you and give it back to you in a whole different way, right? So my first scripture tonight is going to be 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, and it reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ." Every man, the head is Christ. That's who leads the man, right? Christ gives the power to the man. Why? Because the man stands for structure. The man stands for foundation. The man presents it and he holds it down. Let's continue on. And the head of every woman is man. So the man is the head of the woman. Why? Is it to control her, manipulate her, to tell her, you listen to me, it don't matter what you thinking. Is it for that? No, it's not. The man is the head of the woman because he does the work of the Lord. If you're in the UPK, if you're a sister in the truth, what do your husband do every Saturday?
If I may, sir, go to camp.
He go to camp, man.
In Sabbath service.
And Sabbath, oh yeah. He hope in a nutshell, blow my mind. In a nutshell, what is he doing? What is he doing when he's going to Sabbath? He's holding down camp. He's holding down classes. What is he doing according to the law?
He's abiding by his first wife, is what they consider it, right?
Right. But what is he doing? What did the Lord say do?
To follow his commandments.
Damn right. That brother is following the Lord's commandments. And that's a man who deserves to be over something. That's a man who you will want to follow. Contrary to what the world might think, a woman wants a man to lead. I can't find one woman in society today that can say she's fine with raising up a man. You want to know how I know what I'm saying is true, Israel? K. Michelle told me it's true. I ain't never even met K. Michelle before. But I heard a song she made. What's that song she made? You can't raise a man. I can't sing like she can. But she made a song saying you can't raise a man. And it's not a woman's job to raise a man. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, Jill Scott has a song as well too, and it's called "I Need You," where she's stating, "I have a son. I could be all these amazing people in life, have these amazing careers, but at the end of the day, we need you."
Right. We meaning what?
Our leader, our man.
We need you, meaning who? Who is the we she's talking about?
She's talking about her son and herself.
Right. And that's vital. Because if that man's not in the life of her and her son, what's going to happen? Let's just look back in the older days. Let's go back to the 40s. What happened when a man leaves that house? It's harder on that woman. Not only that, let's just keep it real. A woman gets taken advantage of. The kids go out in the streets and they don't have any structure. And them taking a man out of the house is where we're at today. In this society today, we're living examples, and we can see it if you can open your eyes and see it. Without the man being in the house, just look at the rap music. Look at how young women are walking around here today. It's over 100,000 black women missing in the United States. They don't have fathers in the house. Not too long ago, a mother told her son to come into the store and kill a nigga for a brother for putting his hands on her. And she didn't. And why? Because that's that when women be like, my son is my man. Salaki is what you want to say. The woman say, my son is my man. I don't need a man. My son, he my man. You know what I mean? The women says that. Just like they say the same thing about God. I ain't even nobody. I'm going to be with God. But what did the Lord say? Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of every and the head of Christ is God. That's the structure right there. That's the structure. So while women are sitting here saying, they give themselves away to Christ, they saving themselves. Listen, that's not what the Bible told you to do. You know what I mean? We cannot lean to our own understanding. All right, that's vital, man. So with that, we're gonna drop that. Let's get if I may, let's get the book of Ecclesiastes, because this is an apocrypha. Cut this off. Salakia Israel about that. Cut this down. Salakia. Hold on 1 second. What's up? Here, take this. No, that's okay. This is the apocrypha. So we're going to go a lot in there. So we're going to go to the book of Ecclesiastes, all right? I'm going to use my phone to follow along Israel Salakia about that. We're in the apocrypha. And we're just going to go over, this Kiki Wyatt thing. It just really, I'm not going to say it bothered me, but it really just opened my eyes to how important the truth is and how uneducated when it comes down to being a woman our sisters really are. All right. So we're going to go to the Ecclesiasticus. This will be in the Apocrypha. All right. Let me know when you find that. Chapter 26, verse 1.
If I may, sir.
Yes.
What book are we in?
Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiastes.
So what you can do, it'll help you out a little bit.
It.
You have it? So we're going to verse 26.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm. In verse 1. That's the very beginning of 26. Got it? The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife. What is a virtuous wife?
A woman that's in the truth and abides by all the laws of the truth.
That's right. Damn right. A virtuous wife is a woman who abides by the Lord's statutes and commandments. That's what a virtuous wife is. That's the type of wife this book was meant to say a wife was. You can lay down with a man and you can have sex with a man, but you're not a wife if you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Perfect example is Kiki Wyatt or Palmer, Salakia. She might be a hoe too, but Salakia. Kiki Palmer, right? That's a perfect example because she has a man, but she doesn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, which makes her not a virtuous woman. Because, and we're going to continue on, Salaki, I don't want to go ahead for myself. For the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman will make her husband's days double. And why is that so important? Because you know, as a woman, when you give yourself to this man, this is the man you choose to give yourself to death do you part. Go ahead, sis.
If I may, sir, that's really heavy because it says a virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and that's something really big because a virtuous woman would not only appreciate her husband, she would also love and abide by the laws and statutes that the Lord has provided. Right. Which would make her a virtuous woman. Right.
But and the key thing is about that is that rejoices her husband, meaning his statute doesn't matter. It don't matter if he is a millionaire. Right. It don't matter if he's if he sells burritos at the taco truck. When you're married to this man, you're gonna love him the same way. And the crazy thing about it, right, is that our sisters in this world today, they don't realize it, but they really got a good heart. Like, should I say it's a good heart? They don't realize it, but they want to be women. They want to be women, right? And why I say this because women in this world today, they get with men who don't have anything. In fact, the way the world is turned today, a woman is more successful than a man. It's not by choice. Of course, a man would want to lead the house and be the most successful. But it's by statistics, exactly. Right? So in today's time, she still would give it a brother who don't have nothing, who might need to use her card. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, if I may touch on this. So earlier this morning, if you do recall, when we were watching the news, and they were saying women nowadays, out of a statistical chart, it states that more women are doing masculine and manular jobs, and more into their careers now. They're working, and we had a whole conversation about that. And what I got from that is that can go either direction. Mm-hmm. So there's women out there that are trying to get better jobs because they're virtuous women and they just want to be there for their family as well as their Adawams. Right. And also there's women out there that's on the flip side, on the what do I call them?
Harlots?
No, the LG one.
Oh yeah, the alphabet.
Yeah, because I don't want to be disrespectful.
Alternative lifestyles.
Alternative lifestyles. There's people that are on the alternative lifestyle, which is actually, unfortunately, it looks like lately been exceeding, man and wife marriages. I mean, but that's something different. But it just seems like the world is just confused. A lot of women now feel like they should be more dominant and take on more masculine roles. But if somebody breaks into their house in the middle of the night, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna run into a man. Oh, baby, somebody's in the house. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? At the end of the day, it's still a woman. There was a video of young M.A., is that her name? Mm-hmm. And she was walking in the mall, mm-hmm. and some dude came running up to her, mm-hmm. hugged her kind of aggressive, and she was like, whoa, don't be touching me. But she tried to push it back, but she stumbled a little bit. Because at the end of the day, she's still a woman. She touched
that steel.
Well, and she's still a woman. He was holding her, and she tried to push him, but he's a man, he's solid.
Mm-hmm.
So she stumbled back when she tried to push him back because he's still a man.
If I may, that video, you got to look at it in context. What did you see in front of him, behind him? Who was standing behind him?
Nobody.
Yes, it was.
The man?
No, it was a man, and it was MMA. It was her team, and who else was there? It was a woman. A woman, a lustrous woman, a healthy, thoroughbred woman standing on the side of it.
If I may, sir,
Yeah.
I think that one was May's girl. Like, but she was standing there and then she walked over to her side.
It looks more so to me that she was trying to talk to her. You get what I mean? Yeah, I may be wrong. It looks more like MA was trying to talk to the woman. And he came up like, what are you doing? This is my girl. Homeboy, De La Fuente. He looks like a man. And in that process of him doing that, she told him who he was. Right? That's why she pushed him back. Like, hold on, man, don't flex on me. And this is the problem that society is going to have more of. Go ahead.
If I may.
Go ahead.
And when she did that, you know, the first thing she said was,
Get the strap.
Get the strap. But
Right.
who she's speaking to, sir?
She was talking to security.
To the men.
Right.
They're all men.
There. But
Because at the end of the day, as a woman, you still need a man to protect you.
Listen,
no matter if you're a stud or not.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's the way, a lot of the things that we are taking part in are things that were taught to us. And if you can, and this is why it's so important for us to stand up for our kids. Because if you can teach a kid that it's okay to be a person who live alternative lifestyles, or if you teach your daughter, hey, if you like girls, it's okay. If you can just say, you know, God loves you. That's why the Christian church is so horrible. You know what I mean? Because it tells our kids that no matter what you do, society will accept you, which means God will accept you. But here in the ISUPK, we know society don't have nothing to do with the Most High. You know what I mean? In fact, they don't know who the Most High is. They don't know who the Most High is. So let me get back to the scripture though. So like that's a heavy point though. But so like verse 2, a virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Man, this brother gonna live his whole life and he gonna be happy. He gonna be so happy. You know what I mean? Not just happy, but it's gonna be peaceful compared to women and brothers in the street who's together. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have to worry about when his next meal will come in, or where his rib at, where his woman is, and or what she's doing, who she's talking to. Is she out there okay? Is she's dressed properly? Is she's just the eye candy for society? He's not gonna have to worry about that, right? Verse 3, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. A good wife is given in a portion of them that fear the Lord, man. A good wife is not given because you meet her and she wants to get married and now she's a good wife. I can come cook for you, but I'm going out with my girlfriends to have the hot girl summer in Miami while you at the house with the kids. I'm going to go to the Usher concert with a thong on and a see-through dress while you at the house with our kids. That's not a good wife. And in fact, that's not even giving a portion to the Lord. I'm giving a good portion from the Lord. A good woman that's given of a good portion from the Lord is a woman who follows the law, statutes, and commandments. That's a good wife. And what comes with that? What comes with a woman following the law, statutes, and commandments? What qualifications does she present? Want to take a shot at it?
Kind of, sir. She is
Has
someone-
what? She has what? She has what
She has
for herself?
honor, respect.
Mhm.
She is a lady that other women look up to and honestly be like, that's an example. She's an example to other women.
Damn right. She's a woman who have integrity, respect for herself. She's a woman who, where if I have if I have a girl with this woman, or if I have a daughter with this woman, she's going to teach my daughter how to say Yahweh, Shema Thumba, Hashem Yahweh Shai. Keep your head covered, baby. Wear a dress. No, we don't play like that. We don't flip. We don't open our legs. We hold, sit still. Keep your legs closed. Oh no, you don't play with the boys. You chill. You know what I mean? You don't do that. And what's crazy is, and today I find myself telling my son, since he been both conceived, I will play stuff around him like songs where he hear dudes sing like "Want to Be Loving to a Woman," and every song that he ever hears is "I love a woman." And then like as he get older, I ask him questions like, "Hey, is it cool for a dude to be with a dude?" He be like, "No, man." He tell me he get mad at me. He ready to curse me. I'm like, "Hold on, man. I'm still your pops." He like, "No, man. A boy is supposed to be with a girl, and a girl is supposed to be with a boy."
Right.
That's what you have to teach to your kids. And you know, I have times where his mom would say, "Well, why are you teaching him that?" I don't want my son to learn these things. I talk to my son about that all the way into gun control. If someone comes to your school with a gun and show you and say, "Hey, I have this gun," what do? I prepare him for all that. If someone comes to you with drugs in their pocket, what do? My son, he's only in the 2nd grade. But I prepare him for this. He's actually going to the 2nd grade. I prepare him for this. Why? Because I'm not, society pushes this stuff on your kids so fast. Next thing you know it, you're going to go in your room and your son is going to have a toy in his dresser. And your daughter is going to think that she's a boy. It's mayhem. And you have to be there to raise them. So if you have a righteous man who's doing the Lord's work, you got to have a righteous woman. Hold on one second, bro. You got to have a righteous woman, all right? What you want to get at? Go ahead. What you want to say?
If I may, sir, you have to raise your children. You cannot allow your children to be raised by society and social media. Mm-hmm. It will destroy them.
Right.
And a lot of people nowadays don't realize what an impact social media and other peers have on their children.
Right.
You gotta talk to your kids.
Right.
You gotta let them know what's right. You gotta let them know what's wrong. You gotta teach them this truth. That's how they're gonna prosper in the world.
That's facts. That's facts. But the hard part about it is the fact that everyone don't have this truth. We have fake Israelite groups out here. They teach a man can be with one woman. And how much does that limit your son? How much does that, like, let's just be real. If you got a son, you have a son, Lord give you a son. You want him to grow up on the truth, right? Do you want him to feel that he's only limited to building his name? Like, this is why I say this, right? Society presents women who say it's my body, my choice, right? My body, my choice. What if you have a son? And what if your son say, look, I want to have 11 kids? And this woman say, well, I only want one kid. Do you expect your son to, how would you, and I'm just asking you as a woman, how would you feel in that scenario? Would you be like, all right, well, son, that's your wife. She's the only one you can be with. You only can have one son then. Go ahead.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
I would actually explain that to my son at a very young age
Mhm.
and be like, get a wife that's willing to wives, if may, or a wife that is willing to give you exactly what you want. Because growing up in the truth, I know you have the right to have more than one wife.
Mhm.
So find a woman that is actually in the truth, that is, living by those laws and those commandments. Because if you go to somebody outside, understand it's not always going to be exactly, what the truth represents. I mean, everybody's brought up differently. Not everybody is brought up under those laws and those standards. Certain religions, they bring their kids up from a young age and they teach them, this is what you're supposed to do. Your husband's gonna have more than one wife. They're brought up to those customs. But when they're brought up to different customs.
If I may, real quick, right? If I just real quick, I'm gonna cut you with that script, right? Because at the end of the day, what was the first scripture that I pulled? 1 Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians chapter, I want to say 11:3.
I thought it was 1 and 3. I don't know.
No, I pulled 1 Corinthians chapter 11:3. And what did it say? The head of every woman is who?
Amen.
The head of every woman is who?
Amen.
The head of every woman is who? So the man is teaching the woman. The man is over the woman. So when you start to dictate to this man what he can do, what he can have, how he can have it, you're taking away the power that the Lord gave to this man, and you're taking it upon yourself. And how does a woman know when she's been raised by her mama and her grandma? She's been raised by her aunties. The only man she ever knew was a stepdad who took advantage of her when her mom wasn't around, or an uncle who took advantage of her when her mom wasn't around. Those are the only men she knew. And the Bible aren't saying those men are the ones who leads a woman. He's saying a righteous man. To find a righteous man, that means that man does what? But mama, that man does what?
Follows all the laws.
Follow all the damn laws of the Lord, Most High in Christ. So when you find that man will be over you to teach you the things that you may not know. This is why it's so vital for women to understand that their role is important, but is not to control society. It's not. A woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. But a woman can try to show a girl how to become a woman if she's righteous. And this is why we have girls shaking their tails today, half naked, BET uncut. You don't have women who wants to be the focal point. They want to be the dancers. They want to be the strippers. You go to a concert, a rap concert, when they say he's taking a break, but we're gonna have 10 females come and be on the stage and dance. Boy, you're going to see a long line like you was in the welfare line. And they all trying to get on stage to twerk something and shake something. And that's not what the Lord wanted. That's not what it is. And you need a virtuous woman to show women how they should be. You need a virtuous woman to show these kids when they daddy is at home how to respect a man. And because we never had that, we have the society that we're living in now. This is Gotham. This is we're living in, I love to go to the Matrix. We're living in the Matrix. The opposite is what's dominant. All right? Let's drop that, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 22. Now, I'm going to show you what the opposite of a virtuous woman is. All right? The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 22. And it reads, a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A woman who want to give her body away, who want to have a hot girl summer, who want to show cleavage, who want to show her shape off, who want attention. She wants attention more than she wants love. She's considered a spittle. What is spittle? Spittle.
If I can, sir.
Spittle. What is
Or
spittle?
pretty much.
What is spittle?
Spit.
Spit. This was in the Bible. Say he considered her as spit. How disrespectful is spit? Spit is nasty. It's disgusting. It's the worst thing you can do to a person, to spit on a person. So if you're considered as spittle, it means it's the worst thing you can be as a person. You can't get no more disgusting and nastier than spit. So all the women that you see on Uncut, on the BET Awards, shaking their butt, talk about it's the women time, it's the women's turn, man, you consider it spit. They ain't doing that same stuff in the country musical fest. Ain't no country woman coming out shaking her butt. I mean, have you ever seen that in the country? I ain't never seen that, man.
Never.
I'm seeing it more in the Christian church and on BET Gospel Awards. I'm seeing cleavage showing and everything. I'm seeing all that. I ain't seeing it in no country music awards, though. It ain't happening there. No. Let's continue on. So, okay, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. These brothers out here, like I said before in the class, it's these brothers' fault. Because what y'all choose to do is what y'all get. You reap what you sow. You want a woman showing her butt who go, oh yeah, she look nice, half naked out here looking disgusting and pitiful. And when you get her, then you like Keke Palmer husband. She been that way. She been that way. You can go back and look at interviews of her in the earlier years of 2000. She been like that. But he accepted it. But when he hit his breaking point, he couldn't take it no more. But you are a wicked man when you got her. When you hollered at her, she was wicked. Before you laid down with her to have a baby with her, she was wicked. And that's what she's going to say to you. She's going to say, oh, why you want to change me? I've been like this. You got to deal with that, brother. That was the choice you made. So, let's continue. But a godly woman is given to him that is fearful of the Lord, that feareth the Lord, man. If you are a brother that fear the Lord, you're going to take your time and court this woman. You're going to get to know her. You're going to say, look, man, it ain't about me getting in them jeans. Genuine already said that he want to get in it. I don't want to get in the jeans. I want to get to know you. What's your mind like? What do you like to do? Let me go scout your Facebook page. Let me go let me go around you and see who your friends are. And all this is before he get down and get it. Because those qualities is what a man look for. I don't care what type of man you claim to be. You can say you don't care, you ain't tripping about your woman like that. Man, listen, you gonna trip about your woman like that. You know what I mean? I can't wait to interview Too Short. You know, we out here in Northern California. And the first person who I wanted to interview is Too Short. Because Too Short is a popular rapper out here in Northern California. But I want to ask him, how would he feel if someone called his daughter the B word, like he been calling our mothers and aunties for the last 15 years? I want to know what he would do and how he would feel. Would he embrace a brother who say, man, sit down, B, in front of him while he talking to his daughter? How would he, would he defend her? I'm willing to bank my bottom dollar that Too Short would have a fit if you called his baby girl a B. But for the last couple of years, all he been promoting is the B word to our sisters. And that shows you a man who is not of God. So every baby mama Too Short got is exactly what he promotes. But I pray you understand that if you're in this truth and you and I should become under command of January and how to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, either she gonna get with the program or she gonna disappear. That's just it, and that's all. You're going to have a righteous woman who's going to respect you as a man, And not only you, who's going to respect herself. She's going to put on a dress to come to class. I don't want you. She's going to put on a head cover. If she don't have one, she's going to say, Salakia, sir. She's going to put the hand on top of the head. It's going to be covered. Why? Because she wants to follow that structure. And she appreciates the man that she has. And honestly, if a man if someone breaks into the house, she's not going to have to say, babe, someone broke into the house. He's going to tell you, babe, stay here. I'll be right back. If I don't hear something, handle it. Anybody come through that door that's not me, get out. That's what a real man is going to do. All right. Verse Salakia. We'll go to verse 20. Salakia, Israel. I lost my train of thought. Salakia. We'll go to verse 24. A dishonored woman contempteth shame, but an honest woman will reveal her husband. Will reverence her husband. A woman will be full of shame. A dishonest woman, she's going to talk about her husband. She's going to be twerking like Keke Palmer did. She's going to do all that. But an honest woman will reference her husband, meaning everything she do, she's going to think about this man. She's going to respect this man. And she's going to make sure that at the end of the day, if he's there or not, he's respected and he's honored and his presence is felt. This is why the Lord said a man is over a woman, because you can't teach a woman how to be. These brothers out here claim to be pimps. They're not teaching their girlfriends how to be real women. They'll beat them up and tell them what they want from them, but they ain't teaching them nothing. Because all they know is that you chasing these hoes out here. So maybe I need to get like them. Right? But a real man is going to show you, will tell you, and you're going to adapt to it. All right? Verse 24. A dishonest woman could. So, like, what are 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. What is a dog? Go ahead. Please say it. It sounds better coming from you than me.
A bitch.
Yes, damn right. Most High in Christ. A dog is a dog and he. So it's a dishonest woman, right? I mean, a shameless woman is a what?
A bitch.
Okay, that's what a shameless woman is. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Now, what goes on when you have a dog? What does dogs do that's different from a shamefaced woman? What do dogs do?
Go back to old habits.
No, they don't go back to old habits.
They
get pounded on by every dog that walks down the street. If it's a stray dog walking down the street with a big chain on, she gonna let him hit it. If it's a dog with a bone in his mouth and she might want some of that bone, he's gonna get it. That's what a dog does. Hey, hell yeah, dogs get down like rabbits and chickens. That's what dog. You ain't never seen a dog. What? And a dog will and most dogs got more respect than women these days. So I know some pit bull women dogs. I've seen some pit bull women dogs that if another dude came to try to, they'll fight them to the death. Not our women. Our women are destroyed. The oppressor did a number on our women. And this is why it's vital to have a real man of structure and respect and dignity in your life. And then you know how to operate. You won't look for anything else. You'll know what to do. You know how to move, right? So let's drop that. Salakia. You know what I mean? A dog will give it. A dog is horrible, man. All right, so let's drop that. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Proverbs is in a regular Bible. The book of Proverbs, chapter 34 and 10. A virtuous woman is a prize to her husband. Damn right, sir. Most High in Christ. Salaki for just. A virtuous woman is a prize to her husband. What's a prize? A prize is something when you get it.
You have to win.
Man, look, hey, you ever been to the fair and get a prize? You be holding that prize all the way out there. Hey, you in a car, nigga. Hey, man, put your seatbelt on. You buckle up the prize. You know what I mean? A virtuous woman is a prize, man. That ain't right. That's a prize. You gonna hold on to that. Ooh wee. A prize. Ain't nobody trying to hold on to no. I don't want my class to get clipped. I'm not gonna go there. I don't want the class to get clipped. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know what I mean? All women has to do better, but again, like I said, it's not the women, it's the men. Our men have to stand up more. And that's why it's important for women. Like they be like, oh, you're in a coat. Woman, listen, this is the best place for you to be. It's warm over here. It's warm. Meaning you're protected, you're safe, you're comfortable. Outside in the world, that's not a code. But you doing all type of wickedness. They giving you Molly, slipping you pills. You done slept with 12 niggas and didn't even know it. Next day you wake up, you asking what you did. He giving you another pill saying, do it again. We made $50. If that's what you want to be, then shalom. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, what chapter am I looking at in Proverbs?
So we're going to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Yeah, I'm going to use my phone too. It's a little easier to navigate. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31,
I got it.
verse 10. Got it?
Concert.
Who can find a virtuous woman? What is a virtuous woman?
Woman that follows all the statutes.
A woman that follows all the statutes and laws and commandments of the Lord. For her price is far above rubies. How much would it cost to get a ruby right now? If I want to go buy a ruby and I say I really want a ruby, I want to buy it, how much would it cost? Would it cost the same as a gold teeth? Would it cost the same as a silver nugget?
Lies, sir.
It's going to be way more than that, right? But it says here in the scripture that her price is well above rubies. Good night. Good night. Good night. That speaks volumes about that woman. And it's not a lot of women who have that. You can be a superstar and your price is not well above that. You know what I mean? And that's heavy. Let's go down to verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely, trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. And he's trusting you. When you go out, he trusts you. He don't got no need to not trust you. He believe in you. His heart ain't got to change because he knows when you say, baby, I'm going out to get some chicken and some rice and food, I'm bringing it back to cook for you, you're going to do that. Mm-hmm. You are my Adawan, my Lord. Yeah, I'm that. I ain't got to worry about Drake pulling up or Usher. You know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about herpy dick or something like that. I ain't got to worry about Usher. I ain't got to worry about Usher coming up and infecting the whole scene. I ain't got to worry about, you know what I mean? Like, this is heavy. I ain't got to worry about a brother pulling up on the side of you with gold teeth and a box Chevy on dubs, smoking a blunt, trying to convince you that you should be with him because he has more to offer. Because when you commit yourself to something, sisters, you commit yourself to that. Don't turn from it. All right? They're going to go down to
13.
12. So like, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Man, that woman will hold you down when you thought that you wouldn't have nobody there for you. That woman will be cooking breakfast for you the same way she did it when you was 20 or 30 or 40. When you 80, she'll still be coming in there with them scrambled eggs and that beef bacon and that toast with your medication, of course. If that, you know what I mean? If that's the case, brother, you need some help to the bathroom. You ain't gonna be put in the old home for other women to take care of you. She's going to do it. She's going to be there for you all the days of your life. The last face you will see will be that virtuous woman. And you ain't got to worry about seeing her on BET Uncut while you sick in the bed. You know what I mean?
I love hip hop.
Or I love in hip hop. Miami. All right. We're going to drop that. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 9 and 13. A virtuous woman is what a man wants. This is why Keke Palmer husband left her. He wants a virtuous woman. But I wish I had his Facebook page or I knew who he was, because I would tell him, brother, if you want the woman who you looking for, you need to get into the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. I pray you understand that, right? Go ahead. You got it? Most High in Christ. So we got the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. Bible Michelle, Most High in Christ. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Man, that's them women. You remember that show, the White Girls? Wayne brothers dressed up as the white girls. And it was this Guppy and look at my way downtown. And just go ahead.
I got one better, sir. How about the movie Clueless?
The coolest. Cool man. Most High. Hey, rolling with the homies. And I thought about that, man. I just couldn't get it out. You know what I mean? Like, she just was so guppy and dumb. Like, it was like, what is wrong with you? Go ahead.
If I may, sir, there was a sister in there, Dion, and she was a black sister, but she was just as clueless as the other women that were in there because she was of the oppressors. Right. She didn't know no better.
Right. And you know what else? But do you know what the word clamorous means? For time's sake, because the time's sake, I'll give it to you, right? Sir. I mean, you run your mouth. You just talk so dang much, Salakia. You just can't. You sound like E40 in his mid years. You know what I mean? A woman that just can't shut up. You say, look, I don't want to argue with you now. This is my house, man. You go in the back. You go in the back here. She can, I told you I bought this grill. I bought this beer. It's just always talking. And if we talking about people in today's time, man, you know, that's what we deal with. A sister can name a woman who does that to her man faithfully. Don't respect him. Feel like she got to have the last word, whether she makes more than him or not. All right, so that's a clamorous woman, a loudmouth woman. That's what they mean when they say clamorous. We're going to continue on to verse 14. For she sit at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city. What is that?
If I may, sir, a woman that is a little more privileged than other people.
Meaning?
Somebody that values more materials than their own personal soul and faith.
Okay, so where's she sitting at though?
Higher places.
Like what?
High rises.
Go ahead, give me some more. What's a high riser?
A place that's very expensive to live in.
Like a call girl.
A penthouse.
Like a call girl. Yeah. No, it ain't house. She at every function. She at every club. She sitting in a VIP at every spot you see her. You want to get with this? You want some of this? You gotta be up there. Cause I'm there. I'm in the VIP. You ain't there? I can't holler at you. I'm sitting. Look at me. Although I have 1 million donors in my system, I'm sitting in this section here. So you have to be worthy of my time. That's what she's sitting in the boxes. Go ahead.
Because she has expensive donors.
Yeah, exactly. And they ain't gonna claim the baby once it's
exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. She's uppity. She's too good for certain people. Right? But her status don't change. All right. Verse 15. To call passengers who go right on their way. What does that mean?
If I may say.
Go ahead.
Um,
To call passengers that go right on their way.
in other words, like people that treat her like a prostitute.
Mm-mm.
They sleep with her and move on.
No. She in them high places, and when a brother walk by who look good, like he got something, or what he might be just walking down the street, he might be just going to the stuff. Hey, daddy, what you doing? Look at this, wow. She want to get there. She gonna flag you down. If she want it, she gonna get it. That's who does that in the street in the world today?
Prostitutes.
Exactly. Exactly. They'll flag you down. Oh, that's a nice car run by. That's what she gonna flag them down. Right? Let's continue on. Verse 16. Salakia. Verse 16. Whoso is simple, let him turn and heareth, and hither. And as for him that wanted understanding, she said to him. So a man who want to hear it, yeah, that's a man who want to hear it. He gonna bite on that. As soon as she flag him down, she say, "Hey, Big Papa." He gonna say, "Hey, Mama." He gonna stop. He go, "Hey, Mama, what's going on? What you just talking about?" Right? Verse 17. Right? Stolen waters are sweet. This is my favorite verse. And bread eaten in secret is pleasant. What does that mean? Come on, you gotta give it to me. You gotta give it to me. I want it the right way. I want it the right way.
Secret waters, if I may say.
Stolen waters.
Stolen waters.
Who is stolen waters? Tell me, please. Tell me.
Somebody that's giving themselves up to multiple people. Stolen waters.
You there, but you ain't on it yet. I got a man, but you can get a little bit if you got this.
Oh, stolen waters.
Yeah, so you still, they trying to steal that man water. Stolen waters. Stolen waters are sweet. You get some of this stuff, I got a man, but you get some of this stuff, ooh wee. Right? Continue on. And bread eaten in secrecy is pleasant. What is that bread?
Somebody that's, if I may, sir, somebody that's secretly messing around with somebody else, secret bread.
I'm gonna tell you, they translate it nowadays into something different. It's all in the music. It's all in the music. The stolen breads. I mean, eating in secrecy. You know what that is? You want them back in like the groceries. I let them eat it like the groceries, or better yet, the brothers will say, "Come get I want that birthday cake." That's bread right there. Yeah, that birthday cake. That's what that is. So let's read that again. Stolen waters are sweet. I want that drip drip. I want that sweet stuff. That's the stolen waters. And bread eaten in secrecy is pleasant. That birthday cake, that groceries, that's eaten in secrecy. Because that woman probably got a man. And that is wicked. You don't want that. You don't want that. Hold on. Hold your peace 1 second. Let's go to 18 real quick, all right? But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guesses are in the depth of hell. What does that mean? What is that? Go ahead.
If I may, sir, it just means the company she keeps is in the same bracket as she is. They all might be taken and have a man, but they're promiscuous and moving in secrecy.
Mm-mm.
No.
That means it says, but he knoweth not that the dead are there. Meaning what? It ain't no life in that. You put your rod in that, you get her pregnant or something, man, you gonna be in the pits. you're gonna have the hardest time of your life. You're gonna regret every moment of ever sleeping with that woman. And that her guests are in the depth of hell. Her guests, all the men that came to her went through hell. She got 15 baby daddies, and all of them are on child support. All of them. And they suffering right now because she's wicked. And this is why it's very important for brothers to take their time and make sure they have the right one. It's vital. You know what I mean? That brother get with that woman and he think it's all good. He think he got it going. Ooh wee. Soon as you get her back to the house, he ain't get out of it yet good. And she telling him she with child. And then when he goes to the house where her other 7 or 8 kids is, she asks the kids, what do you say when you meet a good man? Go ahead.
If I may, sir.
What was that movie? Don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace
What
to
is
South
that?
Central. Are you my daddy?
All the kids said the same thing. Are you my daddy? It was. She had Asian kids. She had every heathen nationality kids there, and they all said, "Are you my daddy?" Because that's the stolen waters, and that's them the bread eating in secrecy. That's the type of women that you find. You know what I mean? So I get it. That's just that. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately, if the sister Kiki Palmer don't get herself in order and just understand that she has a talent, but she has to understand that she shouldn't let her talent use her. She should use her talents. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Not even trying to bring up this quote. Not a good movie to quote.
Okay.
But the line meant a lot. It said make the money, don't let the money make you.
Right. Make the career, don't let the career make you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, facts. That's heavy.
But that's real.
I mean, I give you that. I give you that. That's facts. And unfortunately, what that means for a lot of people who want to be famous and big stars, it means you can't be a big star. Because society wants one thing from you. Look at how they did Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was, in my eyes, man, I wasn't even old enough to even know about courting a woman. Let alone, I just thought you just be boyfriend and girlfriend for the rest of your life. I ain't know nothing about activities and lying with nobody or none of that. But when I seen Bodyguard, oh yeah, she was out. Who would want to hurt that woman? You know what I mean? It just certain her songs just brought, like, I just felt like, man, that's the type of woman I want. And due to her not staying firm on what she knows she should have been, they ate her up and spit her out, man. She not here. She gone. You know what I mean? And that's a prime example of how this world will do you, trying to make the money, letting the money make you.
Instead of making money.
Selling yourself out. Oh, they offer me $100,000. Let me go over here and strip for these brothers. All I'm doing is stripping for them. $100,000. That's one night. Look at that. Next thing you know, you sleeping with brothers and you doing all type of wickedness. Right?
If I may, sir, not even highlighting this movie, but the Players Club is a good movie for people to watch.
Right.
It's a destroyed Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
She went to a college, community college, and stripped to make her tuition. And at the end, she brought her cousin in it. Her cousin ended up sleeping with her man.
Mm-hmm.
After her cousin slept with her man, what ended up happening was her cousin lost everything. But all of a sudden, she understood her worth.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened to the Players Club, it got burned all the way to the ground because it meant nothing. All the women that was in that Players Club, they were destroyed. They never had a chance. And that movie is deep because it never gave the women an outlet It never gave them an opportunity to be more than what that club represented for them.
Right. No, that's heavy. That's heavy. I mean, that's heavy. It's heavy what you're saying. But it wasn't just a players club, right? It wasn't just a club. The club was just a place. So like guys,
I'm sorry.
Ottawa said she pregnant on top of being an alpha girl. What kind of life is in store for the kids, for that kid, man? Most high in Christ. So kind of, you can't, if you pregnant and you trying to be a hot girl. Oh yeah, no, in fact, she was pregnant. She just had the baby. That's why she went and got the mommy makeover. And guess what? Damn, she could have died getting the same procedure that DC Young Fly Girl went and got. She did it, so she in front of Usher, or damn near on her deathbed. She just dodged the bullet. Have you ever known? That's like a brother robbing the bank and going out and dancing in front of that. Hey, look at me. I made it. They go rob the next bank too. She gonna get pregnant again. She's gonna be pregnant again.
She will.
And she's gonna need another what? Blow my mind.
Another man to
No, she's gonna need another mommy makeover.
Oh.
Come on, man. Come on now. Why you think them women who get these booty jobs and this stomach and stuff done, they don't get pregnant? Like they swallowing, like the general said, good night. They swallowing Plan B pills like Tic Tacs. Then they be mad at themselves. I could have 15 kids, but then they be mad at themselves when they whole section just is not worthy anymore. It just can't produce anything. You know what I mean? They get mad at themselves. Can't have kids no more because I had 7 abortions before this. You know what I mean? And it's horrible. It's not a funny thing to laugh at, but it's a disgrace, man. It really is really sad. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna pull a precept, but we're gonna go to Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27.
27.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow path. So what they're saying here is that a woman who sleeps around is a deep ditch. What is a deep ditch to do? Sorry. For a whore is a deep ditch. What is a deep ditch? What is a deep ditch?
A deep pit is a deep hole.
A deep
Pit is a deep hole.
No, it's not saying it. It's saying for the book Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
And a strange woman is a narrow.
Do we talking about a deep ditch though? What is a deep ditch?
It's a deep hole on the ground.
No, a deep ditch is a trap.
Oh.
That's what a deep ditch is. It's a trap. And we can continue on. And and a strange woman is a narrow pit. What is a narrow pit? It's something that's hard to navigate through. You won't make it with this woman.
Right.
You would think you found something good, and you just be like, damn, we just cannot coexist together. It won't work for me. She got brothers who's not really her family, who she calling brother. She's talking about she at her cousin house, and that ain't even really her cousin. He over there beating it up. He getting it in. And she expects to come home to you, and you be that damn fool to accept that to come back in your house. All right. Verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressions among men. She sit back and she plot on good men. She waits for a good man to come in her life. She goes to her girl and she meet a good man who has some type of morals and has some form of respect for himself. And she tell her girlfriends, girl, I'm finna have this nigga baby.
Sad.
So I can get him and I can trap him. She wait as prey on him. All right, let's continue. So like it. And increases the transgressions among him. Then she make him want to go do this. And he say, man, you know what? Like Kiki Palmer, it's like I'm going out. You ain't got the call. You want to go dance in front of Usher? I'm gonna sing the other song. I'm turning Usher to there and shit. Let me go. I'm gonna go boogie tonight. I'm finna go out here and see what the world has to offer to me. You got it going on. Let me go boogie tonight. Let me go get in the SUV and some dubs and go holler at these strange women out here. Let me go and all he know that that's not what he should do. You can she can push him to that level.
Go from that to you got it bad.
Right. like the sister said, do you go from that to you got it bad? You know what I mean? God. Let's go on verse 29. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contention? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of eyes? Man, this woman is putting this brother through heck. Like, you got a good brother and he's good, and you know that the woman who he's with is just dogging him out. He just has destruction in his life. It's not going the way he wanted to plan, although he's a good man. He got sorrow. I mean, I'm just so sorrowful. I wish I never met this woman. I wish we never had the things that we have. I wish I would have never laid down and had kids with this woman. That's sorrow that he was, right? Who had contention. He's just frustrated. He's mad. He's upset. He don't want to go home. You think you think he's just out clubbing every night and just want to stay away? No, it's because of you, sis. You horrible. You make this nigga not ever want to come in. But actually, I could say it's because of him. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, that reminds me of that Carl Thomas song, I Wish I Never Met Her.
Well, that's different. He's saying he wish he never met her because why?
Because she had a whole family.
A whole family. Yeah, that's different. This brother is stuck. He's with her. He's the brother who's not Carl Thompson. He met her at a club. That's what he said. He wish he never met her. This brother is with her. I'm with her. You wish you never met her? I'm with her. How about that? You think that's hard on you? How about being with this woman who's the way that she's treating you? That's horrible. That hurts.
Concert.
Salakia. Who hath babbling? She just, yeah, you want to leave? You can go ahead and leave. Man, I invested everything I got with you. I put my all in you. I put my all in this relationship. I did it all for us. And this is how you treat me? Let's continue on. Salakia. Who hath wounds without cause? This man is hurt for no reason. He didn't do it. He didn't go out here and rob a bank or kill no brothers or do none of this wickedness to get hurt. He getting hurt by a woman who he genuinely thought he can be in love with and who can be what type of woman?
A virtuous
woman. Damn right. Who had redness of the eyes. What happened when you have redness of the eyes? You a woman. Go ahead, say it loud.
If I may, sir, you've been crying.
That boy been crying, emotional, drinking and crying. Just and guess what? Haven't been sleeping. And guess what she said when she see him crying?
She probably be like, ha.
No, she like, you ain't no real man. And you sitting here crying like a little baby.
Terrible.
She just gonna tear him down even more. He's there. He on suicide watch. You know what I mean? That's the type of woman you don't want to be with, man. And unfortunately, those are the type of women that are in this world, man. And that's why it's so important for brothers to be priests and prophets, to court women, to make sure the woman is right for you. And most women take it as when they hear the truth, or because every sister who's in this truth wasn't born in this truth. They came across a brother who told them the truth, or they came across a man who they came like, man, this brother different. I love this brother. Why is he different? Let me find out about his lifestyle. And it's not to harm you or tear you down or change your thought process. Well, it actually is to change your thought process, but it's not to change who you are as a person. Your character is actually made to build you up and make you stronger. So you can be the next example for the next sisters, whether it's sisters, moms, cousins, so they can see it in you, because this world makes all those things look so glorious and delicious, and that way is the way of death. And God willing, we live long enough to find out and see all these women who are out here, even like we already see what's happening to the man. These brothers is flaming alternative lifestyle people. Puff Daddy, I say Usher, Nelly. I think all these brothers are like that, right? But we're gonna see how it does the women if we live long enough to see, Lord willing. These women are gonna have all type of diseases. Their life are gonna be in shambles. They're gonna be washed up with no man. If they have a man, it's not gonna be a real man. They're gonna be dating women. They're gonna be committed to women. Look at the brat. Perfect example of the brat. And then the sad part about it is that the brat, she already said she wanted the woman, but what did she want that she couldn't get by dating a woman? She knew it, but what does she want?
She want to have a family. She want to have kids.
Exactly. So if her knowing that she couldn't have those things with a woman, why wouldn't she do it with the man? And as she get older, that woman who she had that baby with, they're probably gonna break up. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, young MA, she just made that whole video when the dude approached her, but she just had a baby last year.
Right. So somebody got into that box.
Right.
Young MA is now young MOM. You know what I mean? Young MA is now young MOM. How about that? And you can go find all type of other videos where these women who claim to be only on women is giving that box up. Because when that box get hot, it's not it's not the same. It's not the same, man. You gonna want the real thing. What's that old school song? Ain't nothing like the real thing. Yeah, you gonna want that real thing. You know what I mean? And a virtuous woman is vital to the whole structure of society. Because what we need now, and now more than ever, is we need women who understand how important it is to be moms, how important it is to raise young women and young girls. And we need fathers who know how important it is to raise sons to not chase after whores, to not be thirsty because you see something on TV or TikTok, to not think that it's okay for you to live your life in one way and not the other. You know what I mean? And that's the whole purpose of the ISUPK, the Commander Geniana, and that's the whole purpose of the classes that we reach out to these brothers and sisters every week to teach. We're not teaching these classes for ourselves or for brothers and sisters in the truth. We're teaching these classes for brothers and sisters who are not in the truth to know how they should operate if they want to have anything successful or if they want to be anywhere close to where they need to be. You know what I mean? And with that, before I end the class, I would like to say tune in tomorrow, the same page, same time. We got the Adawan Kamama coming in, bringing some heavy heat for y'all. We got a Sacramento page. Tune into the Sacramento page where Natazab and Karanyala is holding it down. And then we got Thursday, the Adawan Kasarpakal, Laura Lau. He'll be coming in here, scripture breakdown, get your questions, get your scriptures that you want to know anything about. We'll break them down for you. We also got the Sabbath service taught by the Adawan Kabata Bond and the Adawan Amawan. And you can find some good stuff there, man. We are here to build a nation. And we will not stop. I'm going to repeat. We will not stop. We're going to continue to push this truth. We're going to continue to do this work. Pay your tithes. Any donations you want to give to this school particularly, you can go to Northern Cal on Cash App. Send send whatever donation you need. We on, whatever you feel on your heart to give this truth, to keep it pushing, help support these brothers continue to do this work. And with that, I'm gonna salute the brothers out. Men of Israel, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shabbarakatah. To all the brothers, Bakathum, so like it's all the brothers, and Yahweh Shemar Alathum, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shad, all the sisters. And with that, class is dismissed.